pertains to Zoe, would you say Zoe is basically like the Web3 version of Character AI? And when it comes to onboarding users at scale, what problems do you foresee in being able to onboard users compared to, let's say, a Web2 AI application?
Yeah, I think Web3 Character AI is a good sort of example, but one thing with Character AI is that it's only user to agent. With us, it's user to user, user to agent, agent to agent, and multi-agent, which is much more novel and a little more difficult. And in terms of sort of the roadblocks, I think we try and do a really good job of basically abstracting away all notions of crypto. So when you actually use my app, unless you know Solana, Ethereum, and you know Connect Wallet, you wouldn't really realize it's a crypto app. I really do want to do a good job of abstracting away this notion so that users can use it without sort of realizing that there's crypto attached to it. And our end vision with our consumer-facing app is Web3 WeChat, where agents are the mini apps. And I have this whole paper, like a whole blog I'm writing very soon, which I call Web 4.0. I'm going to steal it. It's the agentic web. Read, write, own, and now act with data. And I really do fully expect just how the atomic unit of the internet were websites, and websites were a very deterministic UI, and that's where you would read, write. I think agents are the next atomic unit of the internet. And that's going to be a probabilistic UI. The agent will transform itself based on your preferences, what you want, and you will read, write, and also interact using these agents. And one thing that we're very close to building out is actual tool use for agents. And right now, if you just ask ChatGPT to do X, Y, Z, it can only act on the knowledge it's been trained on. It can't act in the outside world just yet. There's a few really good repositories people are using, Composio and N8N, to basically enable agents to have access to your Google Drive, your Notion, your calendar, and basically even use those apps for you and to interact with that. And we're end of July, we'll be releasing basically our true agentic sort of agents, and so I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. And for Nick, how do you see Assister evolving over time? I think the current go-to-market strategy is right now B2B2C. Do you guys see yourself being positioned as truly B2C?
Yeah, we start with B2B2C offering because right now our clients are basically big protocols like Solana, Optimism, and other guys. But really, end user is developer who are trying to build something on top of these different protocols. And that already works, but what we are doing, we are packaging this use case as one simple application. And then we are saying like, hey, here is an example, we did this application, we get 100K ARR over the last 2 months, and we expect additional $1 million in revenue over the next half year. So if you own some data and you want to launch your application, your use case by using our infrastructure, by relying on community in the loop, by organizing the data contributors, data validators around your AI-first application. Start use, just follow our example, and that is the way where I see the biggest scalability. Because by targeting one single use case, we can get to millions in revenue pretty fast, and it's working business by elevating many creative people with different backgrounds, with different exposure into different data sets and expertise to come use and benefit from infrastructure, from communities that we are building around, and bringing their own community to our platform. It's something where we see huge scale and huge opportunity for ourselves.
Awesome. And last question for panelists. What is needed for consumer applications in AI and crypto to have longevity and sustainable growth over time?
Real need to have someone who wants to use it, That's the whole point.
Yeah, I would say the user experience has to be just as good as kind of the centralized AI systems. And right now there's this kind of big race to get to whoever the best model is that meets all these particular benchmarks, and then we get to AGI at some point, and maybe we go to ASI at some point, and so once we get to AGI, maybe the model will start to become a bit more commoditized at that point, and then the user experience issues will be resolved on the Web3 side as well. Because right now, it's a good analogy would be, let's say you use Netflix every day, but instead of like just going for the movies, you actually have to say, okay, which AWS server do I want my Netflix app to be served on? Which encoding algorithm do I use? And then which payment rail should I use for this particular movie? That's kind of what the crypto experience is like in many cases. Now, a lot of that infrastructure can be abstracted away with like really smart agents and doing all of that for you in better models over time. But we've got OpenAI and X having billions of dollars of funding and a very centralizing force being able to suck up a lot of GPU power to create better and larger models. But then a decentralizing force where we can create better, more well-tuned, smaller type of models that can be strung together through LLM middleware to create very powerful models on the decentralized side, plus all the other benefits we talked about. And eventually, I think they'll just kind of converge once we get to this AGI state. And so, user experience.
Yeah, I strongly agree with Michael. I really do think if everyone has access to this commoditized model, the only differentiating factor is both the UX and the community. I think community and UX are going to be massive moats in this AI feature. The other thing that I'm quite, going back to the core question, I think you just need to build products that users love. That's just the core of that. And I think the one area that I'm actually really excited about with agents, I really hate bridges in crypto. I just absolutely, just the notion of it, even like, imagine going to like Chase Bank and to get another money, you need to like bridge to some other, like it's just absolutely terrible. Even the security implications, even the just the user experience of like, it's literally like you're going through like immigration and like you're going to another world, the Ethereum world, and there's all these things you have to do. I think very soon, this intent-based architecture that people are building, LLMs will be the abstraction layer on top of these intents that basically enable you to coordinate across chains with just a command instead of go to wormhole, then go to layer 0, then like choose L1 and this, like get rid of all that. I don't think a normal consumer user in crypto will ever touch a bridge, and I hope they don't ever touch a bridge. And I think LLMs will be the ultimate abstraction there to enable seamless utility and execution on top of Web3.
I want to add here, just a couple of years ago at previous bull run, we had this boom with gaming application, when any crypto game looked as a trading terminal by the end of the day, It's like, and there was no fun for gamers. And I think with the crypto application right now, especially with this new way, where we're trying to mix something good from AI and good from Web3 space to make really legible use cases, we also need to focus on the user experience instead of this like trading, speculation, and other elements of the game. And if we will succeed, I think there will be very interesting use cases pretty soon. They are already, but they need to be more popularized, more bring to the market. And what is very important, it's not probably like some crypto projects are trying to compete directly with the industry leaders. And like if you're trying to compete with OpenAI with ChatGPT implementation, it's quite complicated. There is like a lot of other applications that we can address. And that's what builders who are here at the conference, who are participating in a hackathon, who we are going to call to our ecosystem to launch the models. That's the goal of these people, to find niche, to find the problems that they want to address by leveraging the best from AI and Web3 space.
One thing I want to really quickly add is with one other thing that I really hope, and I'm sure a lot of people are working on this with this LLM-based intent architecture, I really do think the amount of bugs and sort of hacks that happen will go down precipitously, primarily because an agent is always going to be watching when you're clicking stuff, your own personal agent. The moment you're about to click some malicious link, it'll already do simulations for it, it'll already know it's going to be a hack, it won't even let you do it. And it's like going to babysit you. It's going to just make sure that nothing goes wrong and no one's trying to steal your money, and it's going to essentially just augment your ability to live in this world of infinite information.
Awesome.